Hi, Brutox here. Going to go through a Growl tutorial with you all. Basically just going to start doing a series of tutorials for you. Going to be starting on showing you how to do my basses, some of my chord stabs, and then I'm going to be showing you guys how I structure my progressions, like my breaks and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to show you how I do my Growl bass here. So here's my instance of massive. What I've done is I've used modern talking oscillator with an envelope set to rotor, I believe. If you guys got any questions, just feel free to ask, by the way. So yeah, what we do is we have modern talking on 3 here, on the 3rd envelope, and then I've got a crush, so crusher here, and then I've got a carbon oscillator. Here's where I put the dials on the wavetable positions. I've got modern talking all the way down to the bottom, and then what I did is I dragged this onto here, and then you drag it up so it's full, so that the envelope influences the entire wavetable positioning. For the crush, I did the same use the 3rd one, and I put the dial here up to about the W position, and I put it over just about a quarter up, maybe just a teeny bit over a quarter, for the 3rd envelope's affecting that. And then with the carbon, what I've done is I put the 3rd envelope, use the 3rd envelope again, and use the dial pointing towards the T letter in that word. Anyway, so basically, like, here's what I've done, and so the 3rd envelope's working in conjunction with all the wavetable positions here. Sorry if I'm being a bit vague. This is my first tutorial. So yeah, what I've done is I find it with this growl. This is what the growl sounds like, by the way. So it's kind of a nice dirty growl. That's why I think, with these Skrillex basses and whatnot, they have use of modern talking. There's a lot of use of modern talking here. And so what I did was use the modern talking, but I used 2 filters. But most of it's about halfway mixed there. Use the double notch, which what I did here is I used the bending LFO, the preset bending, because it kind of gives a nice sort of see how that kind of real growl, because it's kind of this quick sort of bending effect here. And I dropped that on the cutoff of the double notch. I absolutely love double notch filters. They're like really nice for generating kind of a nice sort of really gritty sounding bass. So I did put the cutoff here up to about where the C is, and put the LFO up to about sort of like I'd say about a little less than half. Just thought I'd remind you guys as well. You want with the LFO. I mean, I don't think it matters either way. I'm not sure, but I know for a fact I've got it here with the grey on the left and the green on the right, so that should work for you. Resonance up to about a quarter, because that kind of gives a kind of a nice sort of a little bit of a kind of resonance sound to it, but not too much. Scream, I put the cut off all the way to full, and use the scream here, the amount of distortion up to the S, and then the resonance quite low as well. So I've kind of got a nice, so the scream is there, but it's not like overpowering the sound. Brawl a tube, put the dial up here to about the D position, dry wet to about half, dimension expander, dry wet nearly about half, size a quarter, just so it's kind of subtle. Like dimension expander, what it does exactly what it says. It kind of makes the sound warmer and wider, but not overwhelmingly so. EQ, brought those highs up a little bit, brought the high shelf up a bit, just to kind of bring out the nice crispiness in it, to give a real grit. And then also got a sine shaper in here. Sorry if you guys can't see it properly. I got the dial up to about halfway, dry wet, and then the drive up to about 3/4, and I believe, if it will let me see it, I think that's the 5 oscillator as well. The 5 LFO rather, LFO 5 I think is affecting the drive, so it works in time with the double notch, so it kind of really sort of boosts out the grittiness. Excuse me. Monorotate legato triller. Monorotate basically keeps it the same, so it's not polyphonic. It's just one note, and then you can glide between those. So you just stick with one note on most basses. legato triller, so you can move from one note to the other. Once, like, you know, you can blend, you can go from one whilst holding down the same note, which is quite cool. So you can do that with the triller. Pan position about half, so it kind of gives a nice bit of a mono, so it's not completely widen up. Put the unison up to 4, gives it a bit more clout. Wavetable position, leave as is. Oscillator, you can increase the bend if you want. I mean, I just leave it at the bottom, but generally that works for me. Let's have a look. Noise, white. Yeah, like I said, any questions, just go on and ask. I might as well just put this, I think I'll put the patch up for you as well, so you can just download the patch in case there's any bits you don't get. Yeah, and that's about it really. I'll be back with another tutorial soon.